Night Show. Night Show. Night Show. Night Show. Hey, hey, hey. Night Show live with Ryan Roberts on 99.1 PLR Facebook page. Yeah. My guest, as every Wednesday,
it's his second time.
Yeah, second time, Mr. Mike Lapitino. How are we doing, Mike?
Good, man. Good. Hey, this is a lot of fun.
I'm glad you're having fun.
I am. I can't find it. I'm looking for it right now.
It'll pop up.
It'll
in
pop
a minute.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, but how you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
And as always, today we have my producer Jim.
How's it going?
With his own camera angle, and it's frozen. Perfect.
Ooh,
that's what I love.
Yeah.
And I got to
Big
work
Jim.
on. It's an old phone.
This is something I want to say to you while we're doing this is that doing the Facebook Live show that you do Monday through Friday, I think it's 8 to 8:30ish around there. Is awesome. I think it's great.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, very, very much.
Like I've said to you before, you should be on TV.
No, that's
you really should be.
Yeah, not this month. Well, maybe maybe in a commercial I could be the before picture.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't.
So
I'm not much into that. You know that.
You were telling me. So before we begin, please like, please share, please comment. Tonight we're going to be taking questions from you. There were some great comments last time Mike was on. Some of you asked for some very specific stories. So hop on, like, share, comment. We're going to be trying to keep up with as many comments as we can. They come up fast.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard to keep track of everyone. So if we don't get to your comment, we're not ignoring you. I apologize. It's just we're all stoners here, so it's really hard to keep shit on track.
Be specific because Lappy's got a bad memory. So you got to be real specific if you have any
I
Lappy
totally
stories.
forgot where, for a moment there I drifted off. I had no idea where I was.
Is someone speaking?
Yeah. But I was just to get back to a quick point is that that this is going to become more and more. So
we're doing this every day.
Well, yeah, but I'm looking.
You're here every Wednesday.
But I'm talking to one of our chief engineer, Dom, who we all agreed is the smartest man in the building.
He is,
absolutely.
He is. Hands down.
This
smartest
guy,
dude
this
in the
chief
building.
engineer of
Certainly
ours.
isn't me.
Yeah.
No offense, or you
I'm not
two.
even in that. We're not in the top 25. But Dom
although
was,
if you want to talk about Grateful Dead or the Allman Brothers,
we're there. I can tell you. But this chief is absolutely extraordinary. He's incredible. But anyhow, he's working on putting a studio together, like another.
Like it's a Facebook Live. It's like television studio.
Exactly.
We're gonna have a nice table, maybe some lounge chairs. It's
Uplighting.
gonna be nice.
Just get the equipment in there. We'll do the rest.
That's right.
We'll decorate.
So, you got a vacation coming up, huh? But it's not just like we're gonna talk about. Lappy's vacation is a very pointed vacation as he unveils the Grateful Dead shirt. There it is.
The thing about it is that I don't feel like anybody can see me, only because I don't
You're
do
not
this.
used to it, right?
No, yes, I'm just talking to Mike like I'm at I feel like I'm just on the radio. But
this is live television.
But it's pretty intimidating.
So
It's the future.
There you go. The future.
Yeah, the future.
So where are you going, man?
Well, the last three Grateful Dead, or I should say the Dead and Company, the last three dates got canceled or postponed because John Mayer had the appendectomy. He's obviously better, and they're doing the makeup dates. And I'm 24th of February in New Orleans. I'm not going to that one because I don't think I'm
terrifying.
Yeah, it is. I don't think I'm old enough to go to New Orleans. I'm not.
You mean young enough?
Yeah, no, I don't
You're
think
too
I know.
old.
No, I'm not mature enough to. You know what I'm saying? It's that the place scares me.
Oh, I understand.
I'm like I'd be like a little kid.
There's too many temptations. There's too many temptations.
I didn't want to go in that. I didn't want to go in that direction.
What past experience have you had that makes you feel that way?
Oh, my past 45 years of my life.
Okay,
it's an adventure every day.
You know better. That's fantastic.
But yeah, so what I did is I try to make it simple. So I'm flying into Fort Lauderdale to see the show on the 24th, 5th, 26th. I'm going to stay in Fort Lauderdale for the week, and then I'm just going to drive up to Orlando the next day and see the last show on the 24th, 5th, 6th, 27th. So, and the last show will always be good. I love seeing the last shows. They're always good.
So let's change gears here, and let's go to some questions because there are some interesting questions that have nothing to do with the dead, and then, of course, we'll talk about
that's
the
okay.
dead.
No, because that's it. We're done with that.
Joseph Wurtenberg Jr. wants to know, why is PLR so right-wing? That's his question.
Right. Well,
and my statement is, I don't think PLR is right-wing. I think Chaz and AJ tend to lean a little bit toward the right.
Definitely lean to the right.
But as far as the whole station,
no.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not right-wing. However, I'm not a leftist either. I'm not a crazy liberal, but I'm not a Trump supporter either.
Well, to be quite honest with you, if anyone ever notices, being on the afternoon show over 30 years,
you have never been polarized.
I've never ever talked about politics. You know why?
I've taken a page from your book.
Because who gives a
shit?
shit?
That's
you
right.
Know what I mean?
I want to do something that's fun. I don't want to sit here and talk about politics. We are inundated with that shit enough.
Absolutely.
On our Facebook feeds, on the news.
You know what I worry about?
Number
one, I'm serious. The number one person I worry about is me.
Yeah.
Because if I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of the people who I love.
Right.
So that's what I do. And that's it. So as far as politics go, no, I don't listen to, not often because I'm not up, but I know both Chance and AJ, they're definitely lean to the right. God bless them. Everybody's got a right.
Right. And a lot of their listeners lean to the right.
Yes,
too,
they do.
But as far as this show goes, this isn't a right show. This is certainly not a right show.
No, not at all.
Certainly we're not a left show. We just try to have fun. That's what I'm all about. I don't want to talk about bullshit. I know Gov's got to go. I know that shit. I know that our state is in a fucked up place right now.
But that's out of my. You know what? To me, that's out of my realm, out of my circle. I can't control any of that.
Well, let me just say one of the
except
reasons
by voting.
One of the reasons why I sort of lean to doing ridiculous things on air is because I can't compete with your knowledge. What am I going to Wikipedia some shit about the Allman Brothers? You were there. You were there. You've interviewed some crazy ass people. Like I watched like the Headbangers Ball on MTV, and you know what I mean. Like I was removed from the scene.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you a story right now. It was the anniversary of the death of Steve Clark, who was lead guitar player in Def Leppard. Died in like 1991. I remember Rat was playing at the New Haven Coliseum. They were an opening act for someone else, and I can't remember. I can't remember. But it was a long time. It must have been 89, 90. In other words, I went out with Steve Percy and Steve Clark. We went out drinking.
See, that's the shit I'm talking about.
But I'm saying, but this guy Steve Clark, literally, I'm not a big guy. I'm like 5'7.5", maybe 5'8". This guy was about 5. He was a little tiny guy. Drank like I've never seen. Unbelievable. And he died. It was more alcohol poisoning than anything else. And Steve Percy from Rat, what a cool cat.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
You could read books, you could watch a documentary, but you're never going to really be able to describe it the way you can describe it.
Brian T. Shellnut, thanks for tuning in every single night. He says, keep political crap out of here. It's going to ruin it. And
absolutely,
I am 100% behind it. Sometimes it's going to come up. Sometimes it's going to happen because
we just said a little bit about it. That's it.
That's it. Done. That's it. It's done. But we're not taking. It's not about that at all.
And you know what else? That's another thing I don't do. Is bash. I'm tired of this stuff. I mean, people are constantly bashing each other. Constantly. The hell is wrong with you? Not you or me, but for the people who do that. So I don't do that either on the air.
So I think a lot of people feel like there's a lot of competition, but if you are bringing your A game and say someone gets a position at a job over you, it's not. It's even though you're bringing your A game, maybe they're bringing their A+ game. Maybe their A game is better than your A game. So don't hate on people that are just doing what you're trying to do and work hard. Sometimes some people are better.
It's wasted time.
So there was a great comment here, Alan Zabo. I have the best question of the night. Ask him if he had to choose Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, or Jimi Hendrix. Who would he choose? To go see, I'm assuming, Alan? If you have the choice, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix.
All three All three of them are favorites. I would have to definitely say number one would be Jimi Hendrix. Toss up between Janis and Doors. I think I would go to Janis, and then the Doors. And yeah, that would have to be it.
Let me ask you this: do you know, since you are the encyclopedia of,
I'm making it all up.
Yeah. Do you know of any? Did they play at Monterey Pop together? Did Jimi Hendrix? Was there ever been a concert that we could have traveled back in time if we had a DeLorean?
It would be the Monterey Festival in '67.
They all played in that together, right?
I don't think the Doors played there, and I could be wrong. I'm not sure if they did or not.
You might be right about that.
But they had a lot of. Let's put it this way: the big thing was there was three bands that come right to mind, and that's Jimi Hendrix, because that's when he lit the guitar on fire.
Yeah,
it was like a debut in the States for him, more or less. And then Janis Joplin blew everybody away with Big Brother and Holding Company. And Otis Redding, kicked ass.
Nice. Yeah.
If you want, I'm telling you something. You got a date. You want. I'm telling you guys want to get lucky. I don't care. How old you are. You just put on some Otis Redding, and man, it's all magic happens.
Diamond Dave says sweet laptop stand.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh my God, man!
Wait, he asked where we got it.
You can see it like it's like
I
this
can't
is
see
Lappy.
anything. I can't on this. I don't know.
Lappy's design. So we had this thing that was way, way, way high up in the air. You couldn't see his face. So Lappy, came up with a stoner solution. The cups underneath his.
Yeah.
We stopped at the gas station for a laptop stand.
Yeah, Diamond Dave Lyons says, sweet laptop stand. Did you get that at the Apple store?
Yeah. I invented that.
Hey, we're in a recession.
Yeah, that's true.
I wish I could get the video on so I can see.
Russ says, people are too sensitive about things more now than back in the 80s and 90s. Well, especially the 80s. And if you look at the state of stand-up comedy back in the 80s and, in the 70s, too, people like Richard Pryor, people like Eddie Murphy,
or
Sam Kinison. Holy shit!
Going back to guys like Lenny Bruce.
That's right.
Broke a lot of molds there.
You're right, and now we are a little bit more politically correct. We are a lot more to a fault. Actually, I can understand not wanting the idea. I think of political correctness was not to put down people that couldn't defend themselves. And I don't think that people that are in college necessarily are in the place where, they if you need a safe space in college, my safe space was a dorm room with a bong. So if you need to have coloring books, maybe that's fun when you're super high, but to have it to be a mandated thing, I think if that's what you're getting at. So yeah, people are way too PC. But again, we're just going to talk the talk here. And if shit comes up that people don't like, whatever. It's not. I can't please everybody. We all can't please everybody.
As soon as I get this thing up, I can see the questions too.
Yeah. Hey, we got another question. Roy Coulahan, did you ever get to interview Stevie Nicks?
No, I never did. Mick Fleetwood, I did, yeah. And Lindsey Buckingham, but never Stevie Nicks. And I wasn't there. PLR. There was a place in Wallingford, and there's still there, Trodnossel Studios. The late Doc Cavalier.
Yeah, Trodnossel, yeah.
Who the Doc was the, I guess he founded it and did. He was a great guy. But PLR, before I got here, there's in 79, early 80s.
Have you been here forever?
Maybe. But they used to do live concerts there inside the studio, and they'd get listeners to come in there. Maybe somebody out there watching could have been a part of it. And I don't know where those tapes. I think Wigmaster may have the tapes of those. But they did Fleetwood Mac. They did a few other bands too.
Dave asks, "How did you meet Wiggy and start the Wig Out?"
Wig Out was before me. Mark Kaplan, who was the afternoon guy before me, dear guy, dear friend. Actually, if you'll recognize him. What's the commercial he always does? I think it's Town Fair Tires.
Town Fair Tire. That one?
Nobody beats. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Great guy. Anyhow, they actually started it, but it didn't grow to what it is until we started doing it all the time. I think they did it sporadically. And then when I applied for the job at PLR, it was to do Psychedelic Sunday.
Did Wiggy hire you at PLR?
Yeah, he was the program director there.
So he was Boss Keith. It was Boss Wiggy.
Yeah, pretty much. And And it was great. So I went up there, and he's a couple years older than I am, but everybody else working there was a little younger than us. So we kind of hit it off musically, and and personally, we seemed to like each other.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I love him, and he's not on this week because I don't know if I should say this, and forgive me, but his mom passed away the other day.
Yes,
yeah, and so condolences, of course, out to the Griffin family there in Ohio. So he's be out this week. But anyhow, so we met, liked each other. We fell in love. No.
Oh.
And I started doing Psychedelic Sunday, and did that for a couple of months. Caplo wanted to pursue a voiceover career, of which he did, very successful. He still is, and he really wanted out of doing afternoons, and so they offered it to me, and I took it, and that's it. Never looked back.
Now, obviously, I never experienced the wig out before, maybe a year or two ago. Social media made that pop a little more, you think?
Not being a big follower of social media, I couldn't really answer that. I'm sure it must.
It's definitely in your face more.
Yeah, I can't see how
which is a good thing.
Especially if those who are fans of Wiggy. I mean, when we post the wig out on Fridays on Facebook, he gets a lot of hits on it. There's people watch it and comment, a lot of good comments.
Totally.
Some people get a little pissed off.
The Ellen says the show makes me want to smoke a joint.
This is the right show.
You came
Me
to
too,
the right
Alan.
place.
Came to the right.
We are in Milford.
Yeah.
We'll be here for a while. So
right. So just bring it on.
Just come on down. It'll be good times.
And folks, as a disclaimer, we're just kidding.
We are just kidding.
All right. We don't promote that at all.
No,
seriously.
Drugs are drugs are bad.
Whatever you do in your personal life, that's fine what you're doing, but we don't promote it. So.
You are watching The Night Show Live with your host, Ryan Roberts, sponsored by Weed. The reason you're in sweatpants all day. Weed, created by God.
We had a little word from our sponsor, had to pay the bills. Seemed like an appropriate time. Anyway, let's see what Mike Lapitino is trying to figure out technology right now.
I got it on. I just can't see the video.
Russ McGovern says, I missed the Blue Plate special. What's the Blue Plate? Blue Plate?
The Blue Plate special. What's today's date? Oh, here it is, right here. Was a thing Pam Landry did. She was our midday person for about 10 years or so, and she did a thing called the Blue Plate Special, where she would take requests and that kind of. It changes all the time. I guess that stopped when she left. They just did another feature. It's like with me. I used to do a thing called the Traffic Jam. Used to do the thematic songs, give away prizes. I used to do the Blue 6 at 6.
And now you got
that was fun. Now I got the PLR 180. Yep.
One song from the
So
80s.
that's what happens, and that's true of a lot of radio stations. You do contests, you do features for a while, then try something new.
Right. So what do we got for concerts coming up for the coming year? What did that look like?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
Do you have your concert folder with you?
I do, but there's really nothing going. The first big show that was announced, I think, of 2018, and I think this is going to start a tradition, because it's very typical of what the Allman Brothers would do, and it's the Tedeschi Trucks Band, and they're going to be up at the Xfinity Theater in July. And again, I don't even have. I think I may have a release on that, because I think ticket. Yeah, I got it right here. There you go. Yeah, tickets are on sale Friday. Tickets will be on sale Friday. Tedeschi Trucks with Drive-By Truckers.
There you go.
And the Marcus King Band. So it's going to be like a jam night. And what day is that? And it's a Friday night, too. So that's going to be cool.
That is going to be cool.
So that's like the big one so far.
What was the date on that again?
Friday, July 6th.
July. It seems so far away.
It does.
It just seems so far away.
It does. And then we got stuff that's happening, it's coming up. The G3 which is a pretty cool show with Joe Satriani, John Petrucci of Dream Theater, and Phil Collins. It's funny how people...
I always get that confused.
Yeah, because people think Phil Collins.
Right.
And it's not.
Right.
They're two different guys. And, both great guys, I'm sure. But Phil Collins, from guitar player from Def Leppard. And it's the thing Joe Satriani, I think, has been doing since 1995, 98 maybe. He'll pick two guitar players, and then they go out. And I remember looking at it online. And it's amazing the people have gone out and played with him. Just incredible.
He gave lessons to Steve Vai.
Steve Vai, yeah. And Steve Vai has been...
Steve Vai is crazy.
Oh, he's nuts.
That's what we got to play.
What's that? Steve Vai.
One Steve Vai song would be great. Like the audience is listening.
Yeah.
Do you remember that song? Like it was a video with the little kid that was playing the guitar. Probably not. I don't know. Smoke that away, huh?
What's that? I don't remember.
Oh man.
Alan Zabo wants to know what the Chihuahua Farm.
Oh yeah, that's a bunch of horse shit. You know that?
What?
Is that a rumor?
Yeah, that's come on. What the fuck? Seriously?
Who started
Wigmaster?
Who started that and
Wiggy.
who perpetuated that when you were gone?
Oh, you. Yeah, you joined the act. Yeah,
you told me you made the mistake of telling me about it. And so when you were on vacation, I filled in for you and I made it part of my my daily.
Oh, I'll tell you. Yeah, I've been. I'll tell you.
So for those of you that don't know, we talked about Wiggy started this thing, and then I picked it up because, like I said, he made the mistake of telling me about it. He was out. Lappy was out for vacation, and I would do breaks about how he had to do an emergency trip down to Mexico because all of his chihuahuas caught some rare disease or something, and we just played off this shit for a long time. It was fun for us.
I have I think it's a Chihuahua at home as a dog.
You do not.
I do.
You do have
my little dog. Yeah. I think that's why, because when he came over, he saw the light. It's just a little dog.
Here's a good question from Russ McGovern. Does Lappy play any instrument, and can he come on and play for us sometime?
I'll have to give you a big no on that. No, I don't. I have a guitar at home. I've got and I go home and I go through scales and stuff. Not very well. It's sort of like self-teaching myself.
Do you know any songs?
No. I know some chords, but that's about it.
Well, the chords are the basis of songs. Yeah. Maybe Russ. Maybe I'll have him come in. We'll teach them some things.
I always wanted to.
We'll play "Dust in the Wind" "Blowing in the Wind" by
Bob
Dylan.
Bob Dylan, yeah.
It's like I think it's 2 chords, maybe 3.
Is that what it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
any Bob Dylan song.
Those old folk
Bob Dylan
songs.
wasn't like known for his technical guitar skills. He
he
was a poet.
Exactly.
And a songwriter.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Somebody just said hi from Daytona Beach. You're going to be in Florida next week, right?
Yes, I am. Going to be in Fort Lauderdale, going to the Dead and Company Monday, the 25th, and then the 26th up in Orlando. Who's it, a girl or a guy?
Kelly Yackel. She said, hi, Daytona. I'm assuming she's saying hi from Daytona Beach. So he's going to be there.
Do you have a place to stay at Daytona?
Shit, baby.
With what's her name?
I got a nice
with
hotel.
Kelly?
It's right on the beach in Fort Lauderdale.
Let's see what Kelly's deal is.
I had to look around because you had to find. I wanted to find a place so you could just walk from the property right to the beach,
or stagger, whichever. It's a short stagger.
I don't stagger.
You don't stagger anymore.
Seriously, I triple out. I can't.
Where did her? It's taking too long for me to find this. But
my drinking days are long gone.
Well, I can't find her. I wanted to see what she looked like. Maybe you could have a liaison, in Daytona.
Well, we could always bring it up later.
Why not?
Facebook stock.
Go to the show.
So thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah. My guest is Mike Lapitino. Please like, share, and comment. We're asking him questions from the Peanut Gallery.
You're getting a lot of views.
Yeah.
Last night, the night before, and the guy, was it Mike?
Yes, Mike was
the Wolf
awesome.
Lombard. Yeah.
What a cool cat, man.
He is. He's
Definitely.
very into Connecticut.
Yeah,
and
really. You know what? And again, I know I don't want to start something, but he made some great points.
That's why I had him on.
He really did.
He's very rational and he's very objective.
And I'm telling you, I mean, it was good, straight thinking. Right. And He was a cool cat. I wish I got to meet him. But anyhow.
Kelly, your Facebook page doesn't say if you're single or not.
But
there's pictures of kids here.
I don't know. Well, kids are fine.
So it's a toss-up.
Kids are fine. I just
it's a toss-up.
I don't do that.
Don't do what?
Well, girls that have husbands.
Oh, okay.
Husbands have guns.
Especially in Florida.
Yeah. No shit. Especially
absolutely.
Yeah.
Stand your wife law.
Yeah. God
Oh,
Almighty, crimes of passion.
That's right.
Yeah. When I go to Florida, Florida's another state. I mean, and I'm not knocking it. Weather obviously is beautiful, but that's another state that's a little scary.
Kelly's from Branford, Connecticut originally.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Branford's a great town.
We got another good one. Stephen Janowicz. He's having a flashback of Lappy introducing Jethro Tull at one of their shows back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
When was this?
I introduced them a couple of times. New Haven Coliseum. That was a great show, too. And the other time, actually, there was 3 times. That was New Haven Coliseum, and I can't remember the year. And then it was at the Palace Theater, New Haven, which is now the College Street Music Hall. I did that. And then he did a tour where it was like a question and answer tour. So each market he went to, they would grab a disc jockey from one of the local stations, and they'd be on stage sort of doing like a Dave Letterman thing, kind of, And he had a band, too. And so I did that at the Schubert Theater.
Really?
And, that was across the street from the Palace. And it was like a question and sitting down, and we talked about all sorts of things. And he would then play some songs. I'd come back with questions. Actually, we talked a lot about when they won the heavy metal Grammy instead of Metallica, and which he, thinks was just ridiculous. But anyhow, but what I got to do is actually performed with him on stage doing Locomotive Breath.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
On kazoos.
I can't compete with this on kazoos.
On kazoos. See, I have a Jethro Tull kazoo, and I got to stand next to him and go and do the one.
I can't compete with this shit.
What do you mean? It's not a question of competing.
No, that's what I mean. But what do I talk about? You can talk about playing kazoos. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you got to think someday some young jock is not going to be able to compete with you.
Yeah, there
so
you
it's
go.
gonna.
But I'll never be able. I'll never have lived that lifestyle. Like I'll never have lived the lifestyle of having classic rock. See, like the thing about PLR and the radio is that it's changed a lot in that the bands don't come through here on their way, and you know what I mean. It's not like I don't see like I would love to have a series where Lappy's interviewing whoever's headlining at XL Center or
well, what happened and not to get into anything, and I'm not over the years the industry from the insiders it's changed a lot with the companies like when I was at PLR we were owned by so I think it was Southern Star Broadcasting. I think they owned like 3 stations. We didn't have these big conglomerates. Then what happened? And it makes sense. It's capitalism. Look, I like making money. So what has happened is that more and more things got a little more restricted. But I think a lot of that is loosening up now.
It feels like it's loosening up.
It is, and I think you have a lot to do with it. I mean, normally I would be home.
You know what I do?
I couldn't be any happier.
I just do things and wait to get yelled at later. If you don't like it and you want to yell at me and tell me to stop, otherwise, I'm going to try doing different shit because
I got news for you. And I know this all the time. I know many bands that have come through here. I know have wanted to go on with me in the afternoon, but they shy away from that. But and I think you could do podcasts and that's cool and everything. But I think there's nothing like doing a live radio interview.
That's true. And it's in a lot of bands, I think Chaz and AJ, it's just too early for them.
Yeah,
if you got a Friday night show,
how
are you going to ask some popular band to come in early in the morning at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock to do an interview?
Well, exactly right.
I mean?
That's why the
afternoons was perfect.
Yeah, it's always
You're just waking up.
Yeah,
how many groggy-eyed rock stars did you?
At their best, but and it's a lot easier to get in. You don't have to get up real early.
They can do a Facebook Live video from their hotel room.
Yeah,
it's going to get in front of thousands of people.
But I'll tell you, there's nothing like being, and I used to do this all the time, of being like you and I across the board, microphones. The people I've talked to back and forth like this, it's been amazing, and that's what's good. I mean, that's live, and hopefully a lot of that can come back.
and something you said last time, and that I definitely want to concur with. You said you love working here, and you know what? I love working here too. You know,
that's
Same.
I really
fun.
do. It's been a wild, quick trip. You know, and I mean, for me,
You've been here, what, 5-6 years now? How long have you been here?
2.
That's it.
I've
really?
been doing the night show for a year, and I've been with the company for 2 years.
Cool,
So
man.
it's been a whirlwind of, but I've been, you know, I started out doing a lot of bits with Chaz and AJ in the morning, and then when I got to the night show, I'd see you every single day, and like we were talking before this went on, I think that's really important to have that kind of camaraderie with everyone, especially the jocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. No doubt about it. There's
and
no doubt
someone
about it.
said that we should have Wiggy on. So that's going to be it's going to be hard because Wiggy's got some small ones now.
He and his wife Kelly have taken in a baby,
which is awesome. Like,
which is
come
awesome.
on.
Oh yeah, he's
like, dude,
he's over
come on. That is
like foster or full on.
I'm not sure where they are right now with the process. I mean, the baby's there full time.
Wow.
And it's been for I think over 6 months. Marley's about I think she's like 16 months, 17 months. And then Kelly's daughter, Taylor, also had a little baby girl. So he's surrounded by women, his wife and the daughter and 2 baby girls. So, and he's no spring chicken, man.
No, I was going to say, he's got to be in his 60s, right?
Hey,
so late 50s, maybe. Okay, doesn't matter if he's in his 40s, 50s, or 60s. He's starting a family all over again.
All over again.
And to me, that sounds like complete, man. Even though I have a 4-year-old son myself.
I'm telling you, unbelievable.
Brian T. Shellnut says, Brian, thank you very much for watching all the shows. I've noticed
I recognize
you every
he's a
single
super
night.
fan, man.
Yeah. And this is a great question, and I would like to know, and I'm going to rephrase it. He said, who is the most down-to-earth artist that you've ever interviewed? And I'm going to take that and twist it. Who's the dude, besides Keith Richards, that you want to have tea with? Who's the artist that you want to that you would like to have as a friend that you could chill, like down-to-earth, that you would love to be able to call and say, hey, dude, Keith... But not Keith Richards.
I mean, I'm Doug Gray from Marshall Tucker Band, and I have been friends for almost 30 years. I can call him right now, and he's and we talk to each other periodically. But you're thinking someone who I'd like to be one of my friends?
Yeah. Well, you've interviewed him, obviously, and that's how you became friends.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had a great. It was a interview that leaked out on the air when the mics were off. This was in the old building, and. When we were talking about during the commercial break, not knowing that we were on the air lightly, you can hear it. And the band were in another room listening, hearing it, and we were talking about him and Jerry Eubanks. Jerry was the saxophone player in the band, how they would share rooms together, because when they would travel on the road, these guys, they save money, they bunk together. Mm-hmm. They were talking about this woman that they picked up, which really wasn't a woman, but had the operating stuff, and they didn't really know, and it get kind of gross. Well, anyhow, this is going on the air, and then we go back on, started talking, ended the interview. Okay, Doug, we'll see you tonight. It was at the Oakdale when it was in the round. I think they were headlining. The Outlaws were there, and maybe Molly Hatch. I'm not sure. It's one of those triple Southern rock bills, which were freaking awesome at the Oakdale in the round. And so I went down there to MC the show. And I immediately was escorted backstage. Hey, you got to come with me. One of the guys, and we went to the dressing room. It was Doug Gray, again, one of my heroes. Me and my older brother Freddie, we used to listen to and still do Marshall Tucker Band all the time. Where we all began, the live album. Oh man! So I hear I'm meeting this guy that sang a song about me, this old cowboy, or something. And we embrace, and he says, "Man, and he told me what happened." Because, we didn't have digital shit back then. And he said how they heard the band was in hysterics. And we became immediate friends. And that's got to be about 30 years ago.
That's a great story.
We've been that way ever since.
We got another question from Steve.
There you go. There you go. There's the answer.
Joey Kramer. Steve Kierstead asks.
Fuck you.
He just wants to know about Joey Kramer.
I'm going to say that. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Who is that?
Steve. Now, he's the original Knock Knock man. Yeah. Yeah, I had got into a fight on the air with Joey Kramer. I have the tape of it. I know where it is. I've listened to it before.
Oh, we got to get that.
No, that will never be ever heard again.
Oh,
you know why?
Man,
I was a complete asshole.
That's why we want to hear it.
Oh, I listened to this, and I was, well, again.
So politics did make you polarizing. Alcohol makes you polarizing.
It was, you know what? And it was but this is funny because it was a time when I went off and I stopped drinking everything altogether. Went into the program and did there for like 12, 13 years. That's another story altogether. But it was in the beginning of some sobriety. The worst thing about people getting sober, is my opinion, is that the worst thing that happen is that you feel good. And when you feel good, you either go back to drinking or you do stupid things and say stupid stuff because you feel so. And that's exactly what happened with me and Joey Kramer. Now, we had a hotline that everyone seemed to know what the frickin' number was. And I was always promoting the fact that I was going to get Joey on the air. I can't remember the album. I think it was Get a Grip or maybe Pump. Anyhow. But again, this is in the early 90s. Aerosmith, huge,
Huge, yeah.
And I would get fake phone calls on the hotline. Finally, I get him on, and I'm being cocky, and I'm asking him these questions, and I just pissed him off. And then he started to swear. You know what? I'm thinking about it now, and I'm getting embarrassed because.
So you've kicked Chris Robinson out of an interview.
I said, so Joey, being a drummer,
you pissed off Joey.
This is exactly what I remember. I go, so Joey, trying to get his perspective, I said, so, you're a drummer, Aerosmith. You're sitting back there. You're not doing anything. You're watching the guy. Swear to God.
No wonder.
Swear to God. And
drummers hate that
back,
shit.
I know. I said, you're back there. You're not doing nothing. You're watching the guys. What's your, perspective? And then he paused and he goes, the fuck are you talking?
Oh, my God.
And I'm telling you, I got that tape at home. I listened to it. I cringe. I'm cringing now. But that was.
I'm not.
So, Steve, thanks for the
Everybody's going to want that for next week.
Bastard.
That is fantastic. We're going to take a couple more questions and we're going to wrap it up. Your opinion, Alan wants to know who is Lappy's best heavy metal band. And I know you're not a huge heavy metal guy.
Well, it depends on what I look at the first Black Sabbath album as probably my favorite heavy metal album. However, Metallica, Megadeth, come on, they're off the hook. They're incredible.
Yeah, Megadeth, absolutely.
But I always like.
I love that competition too. Back in the day, that Megadeth Metallica competition was almost like who can be harder.
Did you see them at Mohegan Sun? I think this was like 3-4 years ago. It was Motorhead and Megadeth.
No, right? It was
3-4 years ago, right?
When was the last time Metallica played Connecticut? I don't remember. You know what? I've never seen
the Lake Compounds when there was a riot.
Oh, that was a scary story up there.
Right,
Lake Compounds. Yeah,
right.
I don't want to talk about it because I think gangsters owned it. I don't want to have to.
I think that's true, man.
I have to get Stoshball to start my car every day.
That's a good dude too.
He's an awesome kid.
Love him. There's
He's
no one.
awesome kid.
He is like Stoshball, a.k.a. Mr.
He was one of the
Mr.
nominees
PLR.
for Employee of the Year.
He was
in the
man.
company,
and I was.
He was one of the nominees.
Like I was really proud.
Yeah,
he's
a good kid.
He came in as an intern on Chaz and AJ.
Yeah,
he's producing the Brad Davis
show, Hartford.
Come on, like
he's a young kid.
Somebody he had a nice write up too.
Yeah, he did. He's a good boy.
Nice write up for what?
Well, when they wrote him up for the nomination.
Yeah.
Someone wrote an email.
You weren't paying attention.
Right. No. I was
pounding
high.
down freaking cocktails.
I was drunk.
Yeah.
I was wasted.
Yeah, I got tore up that night too.
Yeah.
Well, we went up over to the Eagles, and it was all over from there.
You got to come out to the Eagles Club.
Man.
And it's funny you should say that because I was just talking to my friend Sean McNamee. There's an Eagles Club that's also in Wallingford, the Fraternal Order of Eagles. Washington Tree. I've been there a couple of times with one of my girlfriends.
That's the one on the beach you said.
No, that's the Elks.
Because I joined. So,
but this is it's right. But there's a memorial pasta dinner this coming Friday. Let me see. Where's the date? Jeez, I'm telling you.
So why?
No, Saturday, January 13th, Fraternal Order of the Eagles will host a memorial pasta dinner in honor of Jessica Stevens to help her dad, Billy, pay for her final expenses. So it's a very poignant. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun there. They got games, raffles. It's $10 to get in, $10 to get in. The dinner includes linguine with white clam sauce, buffalo chicken lasagna, mac and cheese, pasta salad, and more. $10. Starts at 4:00 at the Eagles Club in Wallingford, 156 Washington Street.
So that brings up a great point. I'm glad you read that. If there are watchers, I was going to say listeners because I'm so used to saying that, but if there are watchers out there that do have events like that are benefit events, please send me an email. Send Lappy an email. If we don't get it on air, this is a great
we'll do it here. We'll
a
do
great
it here.
format to do it here because those kind of things are important to get the word out, and especially when we're
I'd rather talk about that than talk about politics.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or bash somebody. You know what I mean? I'd rather do something to help somebody.
Jeff Howe says Metallica only does the big stadiums now. True.
Yeah.
Saw them last year in Foxborough.
That's of course they did the big tour last year. Yeah, but they skipped Connecticut.
And he said, but yes,
that's right.
Metallica should play at the Rent in East Hartford.
I was going to say, what's with Rentschler Field and we don't have big concerts there? Why is that?
They did Stones.
I saw the Police there.
They did play there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. When was the last time a big concert came through there, though?
Could have been that. I don't know. Springsteen, maybe?
Wow.
I remember seeing the Stones there. You know what? That's a question for Jimmy Koplik.
Are you going to bring Jimmy on the show here sometime?
I don't know. Well, let's put it this way, Jimmy. You're invited if you wanted to go home late. Actually, he's got a place in New Haven. Yeah, you know what? I think we can do that.
There we go.
He could leave Oakdale. Maybe we'll go. I'll pick him up. We'll get something to eat, and then come in here at 8:00.
That sounds good. So we're gonna have.
If he's watching, listening right now, I know he's saying,
"Fuck you." Well, thank you very much, Mike Lapitino, for coming on. It's the
you had 5,000 views last night. I bet you if we break 1,000, I'll be happy. We break 1,000, or if it's 1,000, I get axed.
I wonder how many. Oh, we're almost up to 1,000.
Jesus Christ, that's got to go higher than that. Otherwise, I won't be asked back.
I'll give it time.
I'll be like George Siegel.
You're going to be asked.
The guest on the. when you got nobody else to book. No offense to him, he's an incredible actor.
To everyone that tuned in tonight, thank you. Tomorrow I've got a guitar god coming in, a Steve Vai-esque guy.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we're going to play Stump the Guitar Genius. You're going to be able to write in with songs. So every night at 10, I do the night show here from 8 to midnight, and every night at 10, I do the Hairball, which is a one song from the decade of decadence, when dressing up like a chick was cool before dressing up like a chick was cool. And so I play a lot of Poison, a lot of Rat, a lot of Dokken, Skid Row. So
Don Dokken, man.
Yeah, right. So you could request and challenge our guitar god tomorrow to the Guitar God Challenge. Songs like Panama. If anyone requests Stairway to Heaven, I'm blocking you from the fucking show because that's just ridiculous.
No one's going to do that.
So thank you to my guest tonight, Mike Lapitino.
Well, thank you. This is awesome. Hey, I'm about doing anything tomorrow either. Hey, when are you going to get the girl that's going to teach us how to Zumba?
Working on that.
You want to come in for the Zumba?
You damn right.
I'm working on that one.
Oh man, yeah. I think
doesn't she know who we are?
We are all going to Zumba. We're working on that.
We'll make you. What's her name?
We're working.
Joy.
Of course it is.
Well, of course. We'll make you famous. I'm telling you right now.
And of course, as usual,
look,
we have.
Hold on a second.
Jim.
Look what we did with Brittany. we made her famous.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going home.
Oh man. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting. It's the Night Show Live with Ryan Roberts, and we will see you back here same bat time. I'm not going to say that shit. That's just
It's
gay.
like